A very good morning, everyone. The law of mind, and this is the topic for today. As I set up my YouTube live, give me a moment till I set up everything, and in just a few seconds, I'll be back on YouTube live again after changing the setup. So, yeah, there I am with a double voice. Perfect, awesome. So, the law of mind. I explain how does this apply to products and what magic the product companies do to take the benefit of law of mind. Have you ever realized whenever there is a movie to be released, the trailer, the advertisements start much in advance, even before the release of the movie. And the trailers are made such that the best part of the story is picked and that is shown to us. Remember, the best part of the stories are picked and these are shown to us. And what happens is we start creating a picture of the story in our mind. We start visualizing things, the characters, the entire story. And we become more curious about the movie. The movie makers are occupying space in the minds of the prospects. Even before the launch of the movie, the people are ready to invest money. And they do this very smartly. It is all about how more are you visible to the right audience. If you look at the car models, whenever there is a new model to be launched in the market, the advertisements, the pre-launch activities are so huge that even before the launch of the car, the bookings are done. And the benefit or the control is the time of the campaign, the time of the launch, not the launch, time of the advertisement. At what time they have to advertise, depending on the target audience. For example, a Mercedes, if they are launching a new model, it is not for everyone. They have a specific target market, and they also know what marketing channels should they use to address the target market. So wisely, they make sure that they are reaching the right people and they are occupying space in the minds of the people. And likewise, you look around at any product, this is what they are always doing. There is a law in marketing which says that it is necessary to be first in the minds of the people. It is necessary to be first in the minds of the people than to be in the market. It is all about human psychology. And now let's apply this to people. When I say people, let's apply this to professionals. The law of mind is extremely important for the mid-career professionals. And I will share the reasons. The mid-career professionals are people with a set of skills. They have a set of expertise and they also know what is the target audience. Yeah, there is a confusion about the next step for sure in the career, but the target audience is reasonably clear. Unlike a fresher doesn't have all the skills that are required. He or she doesn't have the experience. He or she doesn't have the knowledge about who's the target market. And he or she also doesn't have the knowledge about how to present himself or herself. But for the mid-career professionals, they are aware about the industry. You should be aware about the industry. If you are not, start gaining more knowledge about the industry. But you have all the more possibilities to start occupying space in the minds of the people. Let's take a very straightforward example. If you want to move from one function to the other, and I'll take example of my own mentees. If you want to move from quality to sales, if that is what you want to take as a next step. Now, conventionally, what we do is definitely we start getting trained ourselves on sales. It could be through reading books, it could be through doing some online courses through Coursera, Udemy, etc., etc. And it also could be through taking your own stories about sales, which is a very rare case. People don't go back to their own journeys. But then, what is the next step? You start equipping yourself with everything, and then you wait for the position to open. You wait for the intimation to come to you that now we are recruiting. It could be at the end of the year. And as soon as the position is open, as soon as you see that on the job portal, internal or external, you apply with the updated CV, with all the certificates of the sales training that you have gone through. You know what happens is, you become part of the crowd. Everybody is applying as soon as there is an opening. And the recruiters or the interviewers will have less than 30 minutes to review, to evaluate you as an individual. So if 10 people are sitting, all are at the same level at the day of the interview. But now, if we do this in a different way, the moment you decide that you want to move to sales and you start doing the trainings, you also start identifying who are the stakeholders within the organization. I'm talking of a job in the organization. Who are the right stakeholders who you should start influencing? You should start talking about the trainings that you are undergoing. You should even go and take their advice. And you should start portraying yourself already as a salesman. You should pick the best stories from your journey, wherein you have interacted with customers, when you have solved a problem for the customer. Sales is all about customers. So in your entire journey, wherever there are such incidents, pick and choose those stories. And I would also say include some of them in the resume. What I mean is, start preparing in advance. Start talking to people and start occupying space in the mind of the people. You cannot go at the last day. And believe me, if you start influencing them well in advance, the day you are sitting in the interview, you are already much ahead than the rest of your competitors, the rest of the people who are also for that same position, because now you are in the mind of the prospect. Believe me, the law of mind, as it applies to the products, it applies to the people. And we are products. We are products for the corporates. Don't take this literally, but we are their products. Now, if you have already started designing yourself for the target market, why not go and tell them? If you have started taking the sales trainings, why not go and tell the prospective customers that, guys and girls, gentlemen, I am coming. And this is how you occupy space in the mind of the prospects. Now, let's say you don't know what is your next step. Then, how to start your marketing campaign? I use the word marketing campaign because it is very common in the world of products. And I say we are also products. So, how do you start your marketing campaign when you don't know what is your next step? You know what? Here also there is a simple answer. With more than 10 years of experience, you have a reasonable idea what could be the different domains where you can go next. What could be the different organizations or even the same organization? What should be your next step? What could be your next step? Start a generic marketing campaign, not a specific marketing campaign. Show multiple skills of yours, demonstrate the skills, and start occupying space in the minds of the people. The channels that you can use are internal channels within your organization. You can start meeting people one-on-one within the organization, beyond the organization, and you can definitely use professional platforms like LinkedIn to start connecting with the target audience and start occupying space in the minds with your stories, with your knowledge, with your skills, with your achievements. But the bottom line is start occupying space in the minds of the people. You have to be in the minds of the people. There is one major difference between products and people. In case of products, the launch date is fixed. A movie, the release date is always fixed, and hence they have a clarity when they should start the marketing campaign. Car models, whenever there is a new model launch, the date is fixed. Unfortunately for you, the date is not fixed yet. If it is fixed, you don't know when the positions will open up, when the opportunities will come. And because of this, it is all the more important that you continuously stay in the minds of the people. You cannot have a marketing campaign with a fixed start date and a fixed end date. You should have a marketing campaign which goes all through the year. And then you have to also start repositioning yourself. When you want to change a function, when you want to change a domain, you have to smartly reposition yourself for that specific domain. You have to start demonstrating to your so-called customers that you are equally qualified to take up the next step in a new domain. You know what? This has a huge impact. This has a huge impact. If you want to be out of the competition, if you want to be beyond the competition, then you have to start occupying space in the minds of the customers. And you can occupy space in multiple people, with multiple customers, and you can have different positioning. Not so different. So different is not advisable, but you can have slightly different positioning for different target markets at the same time. When you have no clarity, what is your next step? And as I said, even if there is no immediate next step, you have to occupy space in the minds of the customers. Start documenting the best part of your story, best parts, the building blocks of your marketing campaign, and start exhibiting, start demonstrating this to the right target audience. I hope this was useful. And what I want to know now in the comments is, what are your 3 action items from this video, if you have any? If you have found this to be valuable for you, what are your 3 steps that you are going to take after this video? Please write this down in the comments. Keep a note of this. You have invested a few minutes in the morning, and I want to take benefit of the time that you have invested. All the best. At the Career Ownership Hub, I always want you to be the creator of circumstances and not a victim. So let's take charge of our journeys and let's create a huge impact. Thank you so much.